Well, hello everybody. We've been waiting all evening for the delegates to come back and give us a response as to what happened during the meeting that they had today with the Americans. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to try and block the signal. Nice. Okay, we'll figure it out. Don't worry. There we go. Not to worry. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start. So
Buenas tardes. Good afternoon to everyone.
Good afternoon to everyone.
El secretario Ebrard les dará un briefing sobre los acontecimientos de hoy y después habrá espacio para un par de preguntas. El tiempo para esta conferencia es muy limitado. Les pedimos una disculpa de antemano.
So the time is very limited, and they're asking for forgiveness in advance. But he also has to be careful about what he says, because it's still a negotiation. That's why he won't be able to say so many things. But he wants to give you like a synopsis. I would say we had a cordial meeting. Everybody defended with firmness their points of view. Well, that's great. Okay, I'm going to go back here. Okay. So you understand very well what our points of view and what is that of the administration of the delegation. So so we didn't really expect for it to we completely come to an agreement in something. So we agreed that tomorrow we will continue with conversations, because we raised several, let me pause this. They raised several conditions or situations that need to be studied more in depth so that they can come to an agreement. I would say that's what happens in any negotiation. So tomorrow we will have other reunions with that objective, with the objective of getting closer to an agreement. So the thing is, we both understand that the actual situation cannot continue the way it is, because they gave the report there of the numbers, and it's effectively true that the influx or the numbers of the influx is growing quite large. So it cannot be maintained the way it is. So tomorrow we're going to be working several hours. I don't know how long it's going to take. So we can explore how we can reach our positions. And then in the afternoon, I will give you more information on the things that we came up with tomorrow. So this is the situation of today. So a synopsis is, we entered into a process of negotiation, and we're going to attempt tomorrow to get our positions more together, or to meet, to try and get the positions, the way of thinking to meet in the middle, I guess. que ahora no discutieron las tarifas, estaban más hablando de la migración de los que están viniendo de Centroamérica. Es difícil evaluar cuál es la posición de ellos en las tarifas, porque todavía no han hablado de ello. Quizá yo no soy la autoridad apropiada para hablar de eso, porque quizá alguien más puede tener mejor opinión sobre eso. Looks like I'm having trouble with my video. It looks like things are happening here. So the adequate position is that we have resolved to come to an agreement. Respecting the perspective, I would say that we will reach a point of agreement as soon as possible. I would not modify my perspective as to what we said the other day. For what reason? It's because if they aren't able to reach this agreement, as he said, 80-20 chance. So if it does happen, he'll say, or if it doesn't happen, then I would say it was 20, and if it does happen, I'll say it was 80%. So what I'm going for is. So what I would say is that we have to persevere, and I would maintain. So what can I deduce from the reunion of today?
Se dio un diálogo y tuvimos oportunidad de explicar y poner sobre la mesa por qué pensamos como pensamos.
So we would have to put on the table why we think the way we think.
Y tercero,
and third,
no se desecharon las posturas de ambas partes.
And nobody changed their position. And nobody threw anything out. We just said that tomorrow we'll continue to discuss. And so we can understand, so that we can better understand what you're saying, and we said the same thing. The important part is that there is atmosphere of agreement. And the Vice President was very clear on that point. So permit me to maintain my optimism. Tomorrow we'll discuss it further with more information. So they asked who participated today. The Vice President, Michael Pence, Pompeo from the state, Kevin, Patrick Balloon. Those are the ones that were there on their part.
We are optimistic because.
¿Quieres saber si puede decir por qué están optimistas sobre la plática? Y dice, estamos optimistas porque
We have a good meeting.
Porque tuvieron buena conjunto y meeting es no estoy usando la correcta, pero se tuvieron buena acercamiento y se respetan.
Position from both parts.
y se respetan las posiciones de los dos lados.
We have the opportunity to share our point of view.
Tienen la oportunidad de dar su punto de vista.
Explain why the Mexican position is like that we are following.
Y quieren explicar por qué la posición de México, lo que están siguiendo
Regarding this issue,
cuando tiene que ver con esta con esta situación o planteado.
and tomorrow we are going to follow the talks. So that's what
Y mañana van a seguir con las pláticas
I am optimistic.
y estoy optimista.
Preguntas más. Los, medio nacional, sus...
Secretario, dijo usted que sabíamos de qué se trataban los asuntos. ¿Por qué no nos dice qué es lo que quiere Estados Unidos? ¿Qué fue
Why don't you tell us what it is that the United States want and what regarding this?
Entendemos cuál es el punto respecto a lo que quieren hacer. Necesitamos saber qué le propuso Estados Unidos.
So what did they propose to you? And why do you think there's that you're coming close to an agreement?
Suerte corrieron, pero queremos saber.
And we think that you did kind of get lucky because we know the Republicans wouldn't want to have that happen with the tariffs. So at least you were lucky in that.
Es lo que van a hacer en materia migratoria.
So what are you going to do in
Yo creo que Jesús,
regarding the migration material?
con todo respeto,
With all my respect, I say,
sí. Bueno, de mañana todavía no sabemos exactamente quién
as of
estará.
tomorrow, we don't know exactly who will be there.
El equipo del secretario de Estado,
The Secretary of State's team and other people, but we don't know who. But they'll be coming from the meeting. I don't know that yet. But tomorrow we will be working. In respect to what you were saying, what the government of the United States is looking for is something that's going to come to a quick resolution. So they're working on the side of Mexico. You already know our position, that we are to take measures not only in the immediate, not only punitive, so that we can have a good understanding. That's what that's our position, and it's not easy. But one more international person has a question or wants it translated. So he's going to translate. I'm not going to translate. Maybe I'll translate to Spanish. La posición es de México es no entendí bien lo que dijo. Que algo del contenido del contenido principal tenía que ver con lo de la inmigración.
¿Y ustedes están disponibles? ¿Ustedes están dispuestos a los aranceles comiencen a entrar en efecto el lunes y seguir negociando como dice el presidente?
He says, are you disposed that if the tariffs begin on Monday, will you still continue to negotiate?
Tenemos que agotar la ronda que tenemos ahora.
We have to first finish the meetings or the rounds that we're having now,
Procurando que no haya un efecto económico.
that we are trying to prevent economical effects
Próxima semana.
on the following week.
No me gustaría especular, pero
So I would not like to speculate,
seguir dialogando y trabajando sobre ese punto usted.
but we will continue to dialogue and work on that in other areas or topics. So we would like to prevent the impact of the tariffs
dos economías,
for both economies,
personas,
for the consumers,
personas,
for the
ambos
people
países,
in both
que podrían
countries
tener un costo las decisiones seguramente.
that could have a costly decision
Por
for
eso
them.
estamos
So
tratando de hacer un esfuerzo de
that's why we're trying to do efforts to stop this, porque va a herir la gente de los dos lados, de los Estados Unidos y México.
La reunión con Pompeo, bueno, Mike Pompeo es un buen amigo.
He says Pompey is a good meeting,
Ya que tengo una buena
a friend. I would say I have a good relation with him.
visto las últimas semanas en los
I hadn't seen him. He was in, we were not together.
de todas maneras habíamos
But in any